Okay, so I always thought and felt like a girl. I've always wanted to mutilate myself because it feels like an extra bit of skin that I just want to get rid of. And to be completely honest, when my chest filled in, I felt so much better about myself. I didn't have those crazy anxieties, like people are staring at me because I'm missing something, but yet I still, feel like they're staring at me because I have something that I'm not supposed to have, and it's just really weird and hard to explain because it's just like I come from a family where it's just like boys are boys, girls are girls, men are in the field, girls are in the kitchen, sex is for procreation, not recreation. Bumpkin sort of life, right? So I played my part and hid, I picked girls' clothes that had a masculine look, so I saw myself as a tomboy, and that's how I coped for years. And then I shattered my hip on the football field, and we discovered that I had a bone degenerative disorder. Now, this bone degenerative disorder affects the bones, the muscles, the connective tissue, the cartilage, and all the growth platelet areas, all the areas that are different between boys and girls um, when it comes to bone development. So, anyways, many years of taking methotrexate and diclofenac and adabuterol and all sorts of other drugs for side effects. There was no signs of recovery, no signs of improvement, and I started having horrible muscle spasms. And doctors' only alternatives were more methotrexate. Let's add Humira, more diclofenac, and more oxycontins, and let's add some fentanyl to the mix. And I just felt like I wasn't getting any better. I was in the home, I was just getting worse. I felt like a bag of shit because of all the drugs. And so I attempted suicide, and that's when I failed at attempting suicide. I'm not a failure, so I moved out and experimented on myself and found out that it was testosterone that was the trigger. Now, I started taking a homemade testosterone blocker that affects the thyroid and then there in the rest of the system all the way down, shriveling the balls and shutting them off. And it works. Well, whenever my ire gets up and the testosterone starts flowing, then, I feel the pain, or if I don't get my pills on a regular, I feel the pain again. But otherwise, it works just fine. And I went to a doctor, Dr. Fitzgerald in Regina, who said, okay, let's go with it, and said, let's add an estrogen, and it made the horrible muscle spasms stop. And so now instead of taking those 12 horrible pills that made me feel like a bag of shit, I'm taking these 2 pills, and I got to live life again. So I've been living life, and I've gotten a kayak down the river, and Wascana, Saskatchewan, even the Moose Jaw, which is mostly dragging your boat. And I have a job, I have a home, I have possessions, and it's just all like doctors abandon me because I'm supposedly a patient that doesn't take their pills and doesn't follow the rules because I would rather be healthier. I'm just taking these 2 pills. I'm in no pain whatsoever, except for whenever I walk around. To deal with pain, I just take a bit of this and a little bit of Advil instead of, Oxycontins and fentanyl. And I'm the bad person, and I have doctors ditch me all the time. So really, if you could please do your most to help, because I'm just trying to live and trying to go on, and you could really help with that by removing the testosterone at the least bit, by cutting things off. And if I have to apply to another doctor, then that's another 6 years I have to go through this, that, and the other thing. Whereas you've already been approved. I've already seen the specialist to get your approval. Funding has already been made available. And I can get there for the surgeries. I can get there for your consultations. Please help. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I hadn't at least tried. So please, sir, if you could at least try, I know that when my chest filled in, I felt a lot happier, and I know that I always wanted to mutilate myself down there, and I don't like that shit. So I'm dead set. This is like video confirmation if it's a legal thing, and I really hope you nurses can convey how desperate I am in this situation, because the sooner I can get rid of the testosterone, the sooner I can stop taking this drug and get back to living life. Peace.